Live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The one, the only, the unexpected thrill of a lifetime podcast. Brought to you by the Evil Carousel. I'm your host, Dan Fisher. And what is happening, people of Philadelphia? The greatest thing to ever happen has happened again. It's episode 26. Or no, 27. 27. And it's the week of 2-22-22. 2222. Too many twos to keep track of. That's what I say. We've got ourselves a winter week going on. You got cold, windy, cold, then warm and rainy, then back to bitter cold. What's going on out there? Who's excited? We have the sounds of the lovely beach happening today. It's a very exciting time. I'll tell you, man, this is just one of those days where we're just having a ton of technical problems. Not so much on the podcast, but off of the podcast. It's all very frustrating. I'll get to my beef when we get to the beef. That's right, we got a great show for you today. We're pulling up all the stops. We got an action-packed show for you. All the usuals and, even some stuff and all the favorites. When sometimes you just can't read your own writing and you're like, man, it really would help if I could read the things that I write. It would make life a lot easier and a lot more memorable, but whatever. Anyway, it's the 1 year anniversary of the podcast. That's right, folks. 1 year, 27 episodes, one awesome guy. So you could say it's the one anniversary show, and we will say that, and that's what the episode will be called. But you know me, always long titles, so The Unexpected Thrill of a Lifetime by the Evil Carousel, your host Dan Fisher, episode 27, 222222 anniversary show. I don't think that's too much to ask for. I think that's just spot on the money. People are asking, they're saying, well, what does a perfect show look like? What does a perfect show sound like? We don't have to look very much further. You can pretty much just check out our show, and that's it. You won't even have to consult with all of the rest. Oh, it's wonderful recording live from the beach this week. You can hear the waves outside. I wasn't happy with the way, things are going in Pennsylvania, so I eloped to the coast with me and my thoughts. I'm just kidding, but we're going to keep the show moving now with a little bit of Philly news. A little bit of new music for you. That's just the sound of me scratching my beard because, as soon as the winter starts to go away, the allergies come out like crazy, and I jump back onto my favorite lifestyle drug, the power of Benadryl. Oh yeah, that's right, folks. I want you to open up your mind and part the clouds like Moses. Part the mental clouds like Moses parted the Red Sea. All that you have to do right now is just remind yourself how fucking great life is. Who's better than you? Nobody. That's what Joey Diaz says. February's almost over. We're heading into March. Things are turning around bad weather-wise. I mean, hopefully, you don't really think about the ultra-hot days when you're freezing your chops off in the winter. But like I said, we're moving into the the spring, and we're not even looking back. Anyway, we got a little bit of Philly news for you. This is the real Philly news, not politics or not other stuff. We got restaurant openings, weather, as we already spoke about, and all the rest. Anyway, forgive me if I already told you about the Bellwether District. But if you don't know, there is a section of Philadelphia. Now, I'm not bullshitting you here. This isn't a joke. There is a section, folks, of Philadelphia that is the equal amount of a quarter of the land of Philadelphia, right? And it's in Southwest Philly, and that part has been the biggest oil processing plant on the East Coast. They're tearing it down as we speak. They're turning it into a new segment of the city. It's gonna be sprawling. It's gonna be amazing. Keep your eye out for it. Even if you only come down here once a year to go to the sporting, the stadiums for sport events, that's really not far from where I'm talking about. It's gonna be like 5 minutes down the road. So more on that in the future. You know, I'm all about progress and fun stuff like that. Just found out the Navy shipyard is hiring right now for lots of apprenticeships and ship welding. It's maybe a rewarding experience. Also, the Other Half Brewery opened up in last Friday in the old Goosehead Brew spot. Goosehead Brew closed down during the pandemic. They weren't meeting their numbers, and now a new chain from Brooklyn, New York City, has opened. They're slowly getting things off, slowly getting things started. They started with only being open a couple days a week, and I haven't tried it yet, but now they're rocking. More on that once I actually go there. It's a new restaurant in South Philly opening up for breakfast, lunch, dinners, and cocktails called The Dutch. Looks and sounds pretty good. More on that once I try it. All right, so we were talking about football last episode. The Super Bowl was pretty good. Unfortunately, Tom Brady has retired, apparently. We haven't verified it ourselves over here at the Evil Carousel, but Tom Brady, you know, he's doing some other things now. He looks like he's producing and starring in an embarrassing new movie with a bunch of old ladies. I'm not even going to elaborate. Just look into that yourself if you want to see something shocking. But the Super Bowl was good. Congratulations to LA. That's really all I gotta say. There's no Tampa. Anyway, the pizza tour. National Pizza Day was February 9th. You know, I think it's kind of a silly thing to put National Pizza Day the week of the Super Bowl. I mean, what if you go and you buy your pizza, or you make your pizzas on Pizza Day, and then, hey, a couple days later the Super Bowl comes up? You're not going to want to eat pizza again. But if you were interested on what the most consumed Super Bowl snack is, look no further. Chicken wings. Anyway, back to the pizza tour. This year I made 2 pizzas myself. 1 pepperoni and mushroom, 1 cheese. And it was pretty spectacular. I'm getting better at it. I'm working on it. I've got the right equipment now. But the pizza tour this week checked out Royal Pizza on 40th in Baltimore. I'm going to give this one 5 out of 10 slices. You know, a good old standby, but probably won't be standing by it too often. Alrighty, well, that was fun, wasn't it? Now we're gonna take a step away from the waves here and maybe take down this echo a little bit here, and you know, we're going to segue our way into FFN News. Everybody, one of a few people's favorite. You know, let's not go overboard. It's a few people's favorite segment of the show. But today's episode of FFN News is brought to you by Peapods. Tired of flushing the toilet 3, 4, 6, 10 times a day? It's exhausting standing up and flushing all the pee away. Now, there's Peapods. Just throw them in the toilet and make that yellowy, stinky liquid go away. The Peapods, order from the number on your screen now, and that's the PP Pods. That's right, folks. Now, I've been using this product for a little bit. Maybe, you do a lot of peeing. Maybe you're a pee bag. Maybe you just had asparagus 2 days in a row like I did. Your pee's going to stink a little bit, but you're not going to have to worry about that anymore, because now with the pee pods, it's so easy. Just reach your hand in the pee pod container located conveniently next to your toilet. Reach in, grab the pod as you would for your dishwasher or for your laundry mat or your washer and dryer, what have you. I don't know what you have. But you just toss in the pee pod, and it makes all that pee go away into a nice clear liquid, so you won't have to do all that toilet flushing. I'll tell you, I know I know some of you are saying enough for the toilet humor, but what are we supposed to do these days? Well, anyway, thanks to our sponsor. That's right. It's Dan Fisher coming to you again. And with all of the news being called fake nowadays, now it's time for the real fake news. That's right. It's FFN. That's right. It's FFN News with your host, Dan Fisher. And now on to the news. FFN News SNL. That's right, episodes are coming back this week and all through March. And meanwhile, on the subject, we'll talk about Pete Davidson. It looks like Pete Davidson is in the crazy X worst case scenario. I kind of feel bad for him having to deal with Kanye. But in Kanye news, it looks like Kanye West changes his name from Ye to Y. Just the letter Y, as in, why are you acting like this? Also, in other news, Y is having a personality transplant as he struggles to deal with, the coping of his splitting with Kim Kardashian and his children. It seems also in his streaming of his Donda 2 premiere, they're only allowing people to listen and obtain the recording from a little MP3 player device. I say, what is this? Like the hipsters listening to tapes again? FFN News racism. Aunt Jemima pancake mix deemed not white enough by the pressure of the trucking convoy and the far right. Now, for all the white nationalists, there's the new Aunt Karen pancake mix. And you won't find it being made in the Northeast, up in the New England area. But, you can definitely find it down south where things are just a little warmer and not as good. FFN News Olympics. The Russian figure skater caught cheating after failing drug test. The skater says it was a simple mix-up. She actually took her grandfather's heart medication. It turns out her grandfather, Putin, hid it in her school lunch. And in other news, Russia cheats at everything. FFN News, Trump. Well, the Trump world got rocked again this month with a lot of detrimental details in the cases following him. And now, in an effort to make more money, he has decided to sell his children. Also, in the Trump world, the Truth Social networking page, app, site, whatever you want to call it, started this week with immense technical problems. Though that is not the biggest surprise. The biggest surprise is that they're actually censoring people who don't, sort of think the way that they do. And, it's not really a truth when everybody's lying. Anyway, on to the next. In video game FFN news, we have Halo is coming out with a new version for kids. They're calling Halo Infants to go right along with their Halo Infinite release. FFN News Celebrities, back on that subject. Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost got awarded Hitler's Perfect Couple Award. It must be the blonde hair, blue eyes German thing, but we're going to wrap up the FFN news today with a little bit of Chihuahua news. Everybody loves hearing about the Chihuahuas. Today's Chihuahua, we didn't get the name of this one, but he's a special little dog who was hanging out in the French Quarter of Mardi Gras down in New Orleans, and they dressed him up like the child. He was painted green, and he looked just like Grogu from The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, and it was pretty spectacular. Anyway, moving on now, we have some other things to talk about. I guess we'll give this track a shot. And alrighty, well, we're back on the beach. You know, I couldn't stay inside for too long. It's like, why do that when we have the sounds of the tide and the coast and the black abyss of the ocean coming in? Now I wanted to shift the show to talking about Star Wars a little bit. If you want to follow more Star Wars content, we have our site at Champions of the Force on Instagram. I do a little bit of blogging, I do a little bit of this or that, you know, on Star Wars, and it's just where I go to let my hair down in that arena. I thought of a joke this week. What is it called when you masturbate alone and think about Star Wars? It's called a hand solo. And now take it away, Hands. Oh my gosh, that's you know. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. I'm so excited. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show has announced that they're going to be coming out with that in May. The Book of Boba Fett just wrapped up. Kind of looking forward to the Ahsoka show. We'll see what happens. A droid story that, you know, that'll probably be good for infants, maybe. But, you know, that's where we're at in the Star Wars realm. There's a lot of new Star Wars games coming out. You know, a lot of, I'm not really sure if a lot of it's canon or not, but we'll dive in and we'll see, you know. On the music front, album of the week, I'm going to go with Coldplay, XY. It was a great album. I don't think there's a bad song on the album. And I'm announcing this because I recently got tickets to see Coldplay in June at Citizens Bank Park. So, you know, interested to see what the boys come up with this time. I've never seen them before, but I want to see what they come up with. And also, talking about going to, in September, the Killers are going to be rolling into town. And they're going to be playing with none other than Johnny Marr, the famous guitarist from The Smiths. Also some solo projects with Morrissey. And, I mean, that really beef up the sound of the Killers. So, that's what we're looking at. Without further ado, excuse me there. Jesus, I don't know what was up with that. Without further ado, I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. I've had a lot of issues this week with some things, technical problems at the wazoo. You know, so the beef is kind of turning into a segment where I just complain about stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's the beef. Oh yeah, looking in over the waves. Got my hair slicked back, eased the seat back. No, this isn't Van Halen. This week on the beef. You know, the Halo trailer just came out during the Super Bowl. I think it looks pretty good. But my real question is, are they going to screw with my universe that I've existed in for 12 years and battled people and went to the ends of the earth and the Halo rings and the galaxy to bring justice? What's going to happen? We don't know. I hope it's good. I hope they don't ruin it. They said that they're going to take his mask off. I don't know how I feel about that. But then also The Matrix. I heard that was a big letdown. But that trailer was so great. So I'm just gonna go out there and say this on the record. Why don't we just make the trailers a little bit less involved and save some of the story to the, for the movie? Like this "Marry Me" movie. Like it looks dumb, but I already know what the whole movie's about because of maybe that's part of it. Maybe I need to see it before I speak out on it. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Life is crazy now. Ukraine is under attack. People are saying Putin's awesome. Kanye and his music thing, and this trucker convoy. These bozos are on their way to DC now. And they're funded by the Stop the Steal people. It's just like where are things going? Where are they headed? We don't know. Kind of in between jobs right now. I got nothing to report on the Views of a Driver segment. Looking into this Philly shipbuilder program. I'm also been applying at some of the local grocery stores. Gonna see how that goes. Got calls from Acme and Giant. We'll see. But life is changing a lot. I got a lot on my plate. That's why we kind of switched to this format of once a month for now, just till we get things going. I know every episode I tease all kinds of things coming and guests and stuff like that, but you know how we do. This is a once a month, once a week, whenever we feel like doing it. And you get to sit back and laugh. Maybe you're a little bit stoned. Maybe you're at a shot and a beer, a citywide, and you're getting ready to just call it a night. So you put this gibberish on, and you're like, you know what? Sometimes I like the background music better than I do the actual content. That's fine. That's no problem there. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming aboard this week and listening. Like I said, this is a little bit of a shorter show. Just trying to just keep the content coming out there. If you ever have any requests or anything like that, please feel free to get in touch at Evil Carousel on YouTube and on Spotify and on Instagram. And without further ado, the end of the show now. This is the end of the show now. Thank you very much. Have a good night.